Dear students, today we will discuss about the anatomy of flowering plants. Anatomy means internal structure of the flowering plants. A study of internal organization of living organism is known as anatomy. And histology is another branch of anatomy, like a study of tissues and tissue system in multicellular organism is termed as histology. In this chapter, especially it will be focused on the tissue. Group of cells having common origin are called tissues. We will talk tissues of plants. So it is called plant tissues. First, it may be divided into two heads, meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Permanent tissues may be divided again in simple permanent and complex permanent. Simple permanent tissue consisting of parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. In other hand, complex permanent tissue comprises of xylem and phloem. See this slide and observe the different types of tissues of plant. The three basic types of plant tissues is parenchyma. It can be viewed in the picture A and B. This is intercellular spaces, and this diagram shows about cell walls, and these two are included A and B in the head of collenchyma, and this one is sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma's tissues contain lumen and stone cells. It may be studied later on. Before this, we should discuss about the meristematic tissues. Meristematic word is a Greek word which meaning is to divide. Cells have power of division. A characteristics of meristematic tissues, cells are thin-walled, have abundant cytoplasm, retain power of division, no intracellular spaces. These are the feature of meristematic tissues. This slide gives you clear-cut picture of meristematic tissues. Stem apex and roots tip showing meristematic tissues. Now the discussion proceeds to classification of meristems. Based on position in plant body, apical meristems, because these meristems found in the apical region occur at apices, differentiate into primary tissues. Cows increase in length. Axillary buds are present in axils of leaves, like this. And the lateral meristems are on the basis of occurrence found in the lateral side, arranged parallel to the sides of organs of plant. Cells produced by them differentiate into secondary tissues. Cows increase in width of plant organ, like fascicular cambium and core cambium, which can be viewed in this slide. This is the cortical region, means cortex, made up of cortex, and this one is vascular bundle, means xylem or phloem. Inside this is the cambium ring, fascicular cambium. This one is phloem, this one is xylem, and this one is the core cambium, and this is the corx. So entire one, this is called vascular cambium. Now the talk on intercalary meristems. Meristems occur in between mature permanent tissues, produce cells that form primary tissues. Cows increase in length, occur at bases of internodes and leaf cells of grasses and other monocots. They regenerate parts removed by grazing animals. See here, clear-cut picture showing this. This is the internode regions and this is the nodes, intercalary meristem and zone of elongation. Intercalary meristem only in monocot stem. This picture is showing. Based on origin, promeristem. Groups of meristematic cells in embryo or seedlings are termed as promeristems that give rise to primary meristems. Here one can observe this one is the protoderm and this one is promeristem. Now the discussion about primary meristems. Formed from promeristems, cell produced by them differentiate into primary, secondary, permanent tissues. Apical meristems, fascicular cambium, and intercalary meristems. This one is the tissue systems of the root. Apical meristem or above it root cap. This one is the dermal, ground and vascular. Just like beneath this cortex, inner layer of endodermis. Before this line, all these cells are consist are the part of endodermis. And here from you can see the periderm, root hairs, slot of core cambium, secondary growth of the plants, procambium consisting of two, xylem and phloem, and core cambium is consisting of two, phloem and phloderm. Now the discussion on secondary meristems. Formed at a later stage in the life of plant from permanent tissues by process of dedifferentiation like core cambium and interfascicular cambium. See this, just arrange. This is the arrangement of vascular cambium, just like a bricks arranged into the walls. Here, the discussion about permanent tissues. Cells have lost power of division and become structurally and functionally specialized. The general characteristics of this permanent tissue like this. Cells have lost power of division, undergone differentiation into specific types for a particular function. There are two types of permanent tissue. Number one, simple permanent tissue consisting of one type of cell or composed of one type of cells. Complex permanent tissue is composed of more than one type of cell. See here the classification. Permanent tissue may be classified into two heads, simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissue subdivided into parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. And in other hand, complex permanent tissue is subdivided into xylem and phloem. Now the discussion comes on simple permanent tissues first. See here about the parenchyma. Parenchymatous cells are thin-walled, isodimetric, retain capacity to divide at maturity, no intracellular spaces, main function is storage. When parenchyma cells contain a number of chloroplasts, they are called chlorenchyma. When they are arranged with a regular system of intercellular air spaces, they constitute parenchyma. Forms major component of any organ of plants. You can vivid this diagram and save the observation in your mind. Parenchyma, larger volume, nucleus same size, thin walled, primary only, vacuole developed, mature organelles, intercellular space, still isodimetric, basic biochemistry filler cells. Now the discussion comes to collenchyma. Cells living at maturity. Cells are variously shaped. Cell wall is unevenly thickened, occurs below epidermis of dicot stem. Cells may possess chloroplast, provides strength and flexibility to growing organs. See here the arrangement of these cells. Now the talk about sclerenchyma. Cells are dead at maturity. Cell wall is lignified evenly, gives mechanical support to organs, has two types of cells. Scleroid stone cells first, oval shaped or spherical shaped, have very thick walls with narrow lumen, occur in shells of nuts and in pulp of fruits and in tea leaves. Fibers, elongated and thick-walled cells, generally occur in groups, present xylem, phloem and cortex and pericycle. It can be viewed in this diagram. See here, the complex permanent tissue. First about xylem. Xylem constitute channels concerned with transport of water and minerals, provides mechanical support, composed of tertiary elements, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. Another one part xylem vessels, that is long cylindrical tubular structures formed by many cells. In walls of vessels, members have either single large opening, perforation, several small openings. Have thick lignified walls. Vessels are dead at maturity and found in angiosperms only. It can be clearly viewed in these two diagrams with comparison, xylem and phloem. Xylem is consisting of perforation plates, tracheids and fiber. And here phloem, sieve plates, companion cells and sieve elements like fibers. Now the discussion about xylem tracheids. Tracheids are elongated cells, overlap one another at their slanting ends, do not have perforation plates, have thick lignified walls, dead at maturity, and xylem parenchyma, thick or thin, maybe walls of cellulose. Cellulose, made up of cellulose. Only living components of xylem involved in short distance transport, help in storage of sugar, starch, lipids, and tannins. Always keep in mind this one is the only living components of xylem. See here, bordered pits and helical thickenings found in parenchyma, xylem parenchyma. And now the fourth element of xylem fiber, which is esclerenchyma. Esclerenchyma is just a dead elements, provide mechanical support. Xylem formed in primary plant body by procambium is called primary xylem. First formed primary xylem is called protoxylem. Later formed is called metaxylem. In stems, protoxylem lies towards pith and metaxylem towards periphery. Such an arrangement is called indark. In roots, protoxylem lies towards periphery and metaxylem towards pith. Such an arrangement is called exarch. And another one is xylem constitutes formed by fascicular cambium constitute secondary xylem. Here, after this, the discussion starts for the phloem, concerned with transport of organic substances, composed of sieve elements, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, and phloem fiber. See here. And now about the sieve tubes. Sieve tubes are formed by elongated sieve tube members. Cross walls have number of perforations. Mature sieve tube has peripheral cytoplasm. Functions are controlled by nucleus of companion cells. Members are characterized present in angiosperms. See here, these are the sieve plates. Here you can see companion cells in which nucleus are found and the lateral side sieve tubes elements. First, the talk starts about the sieve cells. Sieve areas are found to occur throughout the end walls and lateral walls. Cells are living but lack nucleus, found in lower vascular plants. Sieve plate cells or sieve tube cells just above the companion cells. Now, the discussion regarding companion cells. This is found in association with sieve tube members. Sieve tube elements and companion cells are connected by pit fields, which help in maintaining the pressure gradient. See here, these are the sieve plates, and this is the companion cell with dense cytoplasm, and here this one is the sieve tubes. Now, the last fourth element of phloem parenchyma. Cells are elongated and cylindrical, have dense cytoplasm and prominent nucleus. Stores food materials and other substances absent in monocot plants. You can observe this also in this slide. Now about phloem fibers, which is called bast fiber also. Found along with other elements of phloem, elongated thick-walled cells, dead at maturity, absent in primary phloem. First formed primary phloem is known as protophlloem. Later formed is known as metaphlloem. Elements formed by fascicular cambium constitute secondary phloem. Here you can see the different components of phloem like sieve elements, companion cells, parenchyma and fibers. Now we should talk about the tissue system in plants. There are three tissue systems: epidermal tissue system, vascular tissue system, and ground or fundamental tissue system. Here, leaf, stem, and root, dermal tissue system, and this one is the ground tissue system. and this is the vascular tissue system. First, let us start epidermal tissue system. It forms outermost covering of the plant body, consists of epidermal cells, epidermal appendages, and stomata. Epidermis is outermost layer. Epidermis is single layered. Each cell has a small amount of cytoplasm and large vacuole. Outer surface is covered with thick layer. Cuticle prevents loss of water from aerial part of plants. Epidermis is interrupted by a small pores called stomata. Stoma is surrounded by two guard cells. The sectional diagram can be viewed in this slide. This is the outer layer, epidermis. Just in between the endodermis and outer epidermis is cortex. After this one, this cycle is a pericycle, and this layer is the pith. Xylem surrounded by phloem, and outside root hairs are formed. This one is the cross section of monocot root. Now we should know that guard cells are bean shaped in dicot plants and dumbbell shaped in monocots. Outer wall is thin and inner wall is thick. The process they possess chloroplast and carry out photosynthesis. Epidermal cells in their vicinity become specialized in their size and shape. Stomatal apparatus, stomatal aperture, guard cells, and surrounding epidermal cells. Epidermis is also bears appendages. Root hairs are unicellular, elongation of epidermal cells of the root. Appendages on a stem epidermis are called trichomes, which help in preventing water loss by transpiration. Glandular or secretory in many plants. You can observe all these things in this slide as labeled here. This is clear, the red color structure is primary xylem, and just this one yellowish primary phloem, and this structure is vascular cambium, and entire this circle where from we can see this one is the endodermis, and this outgrowth, this one is the root hairs. This structure in between endodermis and epidermis is cortex. After this diagram section, now we can talk about the vascular tissue system. See this. Vascular tissue system consists of xylem and phloem. They occur as discrete strands called vascular bundles. It occur along same radius. Vascular bundle is called collateral bundles. When a strip of cambium is present in between xylem and phloem, open vascular bundle. The term is open vascular bundle. When the no cambium in vascular bundle, this is closed vascular bundle. See here. Two phloem poles occur in a vascular bundle separated from central xylem, which is called bicollateral vascular bundle. Now, see this in condition. Xylem and phloem occur along different radii, alternating with each other, which is called radial bundle. When protoxylem is towards periphery and metaxylem is towards center, this condition is known as exarch. When protoxylem is towards center and metaxylem is towards periphery, this condition is known as indarch. These are two important terms, must be noted in your mind. All these things are shown in this diagram. You will observe this. Now the discussion starts on ground tissue system. Ground tissue system, all tissues except epidermis and vascular bundles. This one consists of simple permanent tissues. Parenchyma cells present in cortex, pericycle, pith, and medullary rays. Ground tissue in leaves is mesophyll, as it is being shown in this diagram. Here xylem and outer part just behind phloem, all these called vascular tissues, and in between epidermal cells and endodermal cell, in between these two, this one is the ground tissue, which are generally made up of cortex cell. Outer layer or epidermal cell, dermal cell is made up of epidermis. I think all the internal structure has been well described in front of you. Thanks for listening my voice. This is just end of this chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.